is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
They are really grasping at straws at this point, and it's time to vote.
We need 4 Republican senators to grow a backbone.
Which side will have the votes? That question will be answered today, and it will determine whether the impeachment trial of President Trump moves forward or comes to an end as soon as today. First, to breaking news, Delta Airlines and American Airlines are suspending all flights to China because of the rapid spread of coronavirus. American says it will immediately suspend service to mainland China through March 27th. Delta will halt China service beginning February 6th. They say they want to continue to operate until then to give customers a chance to leave the country. The State Department has advised against travel to China because of the virus that has made thousands of people there sick and killed more than 200 so far. We have much more on that developing story right now at theindychannel.com and on our RTV6 app. But right here on the news at noon, it's Friday, so we want to get a check of your Friday forecast. Todd, this is it right now. This was this morning, the scene down there at the McDonald's. We had some snow in Johnson County. What are folks expecting the rest of the day?
You know, the snow's basically done, but yeah, with southern locations that got into the snow, didn't really see much here in the metro area. And what snow did fall is already starting to melt away. So Bloomington, you had some snow earlier. It didn't really amount to a whole lot, but there was some snow on the rooftops of the buildings here across the campus of IU, and you can see that's basically melted away already. And here's how Storm Team 6 radar is shaping up at this noon hour. A live look, and you can see most of the snow is now pushing off towards the east, but still some light snow in Greensburg, as well as Connorsville getting ready to end in Rushville. Shelbyville, it's basically come to an end. There could still be a few flurries and or even some patchy drizzle across parts of the area throughout the afternoon hours, but this significant moisture is going to start to push off to the east. I mentioned the snow melting, and here's why. Temperatures, now that the snow has stopped, starting to come up, and everybody's above freezing. 34 in Bloomington as well as Martinsville, 35 in Indianapolis, 34 from Tipton up towards Peru. So whatever snow is out there will continue to melt away. If you have travel plans this afternoon or this evening, do not worry, because temperatures will stay above freezing throughout the remainder of the day and into the evening hours. It is not going to freeze over, so that is good news. Better news is we have sunshine and 50s returning over the course of the weekend. I'll let you know which day coming up in just a few minutes, Lauren.
Todd, thank you. Republicans right now in the Senate appear to have enough votes to block new witnesses from testifying in the impeachment trial of President Trump. That is, unless something dramatically changes before the expected vote later today. ABC's Megan Tevrizian says Republican leaders appeared to seal that deal late last night.
Senator Mitt Romney, now the second Republican, saying he will vote for new witness testimony. His communications director tweeting this morning he wants to hear from Ambassador Bolton. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton, in his upcoming book, reportedly claims the president withheld aid to pressure Ukraine to investigate political rival Joe Biden and his son.
Republican senators who decide to go against the will of the people will have to reckon with it.
Romney joins Senator Susan Collins, the only other Republican senator who has announced she will vote to subpoena witnesses. Overnight, retiring Senator Lamar Alexander announcing he'll vote not to hear new testimony. In a statement, he says there is no need for more evidence to prove something that has already been proven. And while he calls the president's actions inappropriate, he says it does not meet the Constitution's high bar for an impeachable offense. Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski is still on the fence. In Thursday's marathon session, Murkowski and others asking whether Bolton's allegation would rise to the level of an impeachable offense, even if true.
Isn't it true that the allegation still would not rise to the level of an impeachable offense, and that, therefore, for this and other reasons, his testimony would add nothing to this case?
Some Republicans expressing confidence the Senate could vote to acquit President Trump as early as tonight.
That's where all the momentum is right now.
If Senator Murkowski votes to hear witnesses, it could be a 50-50 tie. Chief Justice Roberts could potentially be the tiebreaker, but given his history of keeping the Supreme Court out of politics, it is unlikely he will step in. Megan Tevrizian, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
The Senate will hold 4 hours of debate on whether new witnesses could be called before taking a final vote. We'll have live coverage of that debate starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon on RTV6, the RTV6 Facebook page, and the IndyChannel.com. Today, union representatives are meeting Indianapolis public school officials as well as a new company that will oversee the district's school buses. First Student is expected to talk about whether current workers will be keeping their jobs as well as the retirement and other benefits they have. Last night, IPS board approved a contract with First Student to take over its transportation division. IPS says this move is going to save taxpayers money, but bus drivers and attendants learned at the meeting that their positions with First Student would be part-time. Right now, bus drivers are full-time employees and receive benefits.
You won't be able to retain employees working 2 hours. So even if they wanted that, they wouldn't have employees that would stay. Right. They'll be hiring on a regular basis. So it does the community disservice, and it does the families and the employees that work at disservice.
IPS says it will also work with employees to transition into new positions with First Student. Indiana's latest safe haven baby box is in Johnson County. The box was dedicated less than 2 hours ago at the White River Township Fire Department in Greenwood. More than 25 safe haven baby boxes are now operational across Indiana. It's where mothers can leave their newborn babies without fear of criminal prosecution. Since the first baby box was installed in 2016, 5 babies have been surrendered inside baby boxes. The racing world in much of central Indiana continues to mourn the loss of John Andretti. He died Thursday after a long battle with colon cancer. Andretti competed in 12 of Indy's 500s, but most of his success in racing came in NASCAR. He earned his first career win at the July race in Daytona. Andretti also made a huge impact away from the track, creating Race for Riley in 1997. The annual go-kart competition has raised nearly $4 million for Riley Children's Health. John Andretti was 56 years old. Funeral arrangements have not been announced yet. The work of state lawmakers goes on, but for many of the ideas proposed at the Statehouse, it was the week where many of those met their doom. Our Statehouse Roundup is next with more on the bills that won't see the light of day this year. Todd.
And Lauren, the snow and the wintry mix is in our rearview mirror. We're looking ahead to the weekend, and there will be some improvement. You just have to be patient like we have been all week. We'll let you know which day is the better day coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. The time now is 12:07. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
Bachelor event Monday and Wednesday on ABC.
House will stand in recess at the fall of the gavel at 3:45.
Oh, my gosh. He's moving now. Jerry the King Lawler. Now that's the Undertaker.
Oh, legislature, you thought your bills would live.
Something in my throat. We're roughly halfway through the General Assembly session, and this was the week where bills would either stay alive or
Rest in peace.
Here are some of the many bills that did not get a committee hearing in time to pass during this short session. A bill banning all abortions in the state. A measure to give teachers a bigger paycheck this year instead of waiting for budget negotiations next year. And what's becoming an annual tradition, the last ride for a bill mandating the teaching of cursive writing in schools from Republican Senator Gene Leising. Those proposals could come back as amendments to other bills, but unless they kick out of the tombstone piledriver, it isn't likely. We're one step closer to being banned from holding our phones while we drive. This week, the House passed a hands-free driving bill. There were some objections from those who think it's none of the government's business, but that was countered by those who have lost people they love because someone else was texting and driving.
No one is good at texting or driving or emailing and driving. Driving is a privilege, and that we need to be safe when we're doing it.
The hands-free driving bill is one of Governor Holcomb's top priorities. The competing arguments about marijuana. It's more than just
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
It's about local control. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears does not want to charge people with simple possession of marijuana anymore. He says we need to have the conversation about how those laws mostly impact people of color. That did not make some Republican state lawmakers happy. They're pushing a bill that would let the state attorney general prosecute crimes if local prosecutors won't. That doesn't make Democrats happy.
I find this bill to be absolutely amazingly wrong.
Leave it up to the prosecutors. There's no reason to have a general assembly because our laws mean nothing. It would be basically up to one person to decide what the laws in the state of Indiana are.
This week, that bill passed a state Senate committee and now goes to the full Senate. Working for you with Statehouse Roundup, Ray Steele, RTV6.
Great, thank you. Months and months of campaigning, and it all comes down to this. Next, the former mayor of South Bend and other Democrats running for president make their final pitches before Monday's big vote in Iowa. And here's a live look right now, downtown view to the north of all the clouds out there this midday. We'll check in with Todd Clausen and get his full forecast heading into the weekend. That's next on the News at Noon. Stick around.
Dollars collected for our clients.
Welcome back. We are just 3 days from finding out how months and months of campaigning across Iowa will pay off for the Democratic candidates for president. Former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg is among the contenders, but it could be an uphill climb for him again against those other top-tier candidates. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Des Moines with more.
The countdown is on to the first presidential voting contest of 2020. Candidates and their surrogates crisscrossing Iowa ahead of Monday's caucuses.
Iowans really do take their role seriously. They don't think about who is going to be the best president for what I want. They're asking the question about who is the best president for the United States.
A new Wall Street Journal NBC poll showing former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Bernie Sanders neck and neck leading the Democrats in Iowa. President Trump criticizing both during a rally last night in Des Moines.
Today's Democrat Party is run by left-wing extremists.
Pete Buttigieg also taking aim at the frontrunners, focusing a new ad campaign and stump speeches on differentiating himself, as the latest poll shows him now bumped from the top 4.
The less 2020 resembles 2016 in our party, the better.
Well, I want to make sure that as we go into these closing days, there's a clear understanding of the different paths that we offer.
Mr. Biden on GMA this morning saying he's cautiously optimistic going into the first in the nation caucuses.
I think it's going to be really close, George. It's neck and neck. Bernie's up, I'm up. There's actually there's basically a statistical tie. But I feel good, George. I'm a tactile politician. Everywhere I go, the response has been great. I'm feeling good about it.
And of course, Senators Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Amy Klobuchar are all in Washington for the impeachment trial. So they're really counting on surrogates to rally support during these critical final days here. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
All right, let's take a look back here at home outside. This is our Weather Now camera downtown view to the west. Todd, we've had a pretty gloomy week here across central Indiana. More of the same right now.
Yeah, you know, we had that little wintry mix move through this morning. That's starting to move out. That is the good news. And there will finally be some improvement going forward in this forecast. So the snow is wrapping up. We saw some minor accumulation as expected, mainly across southern locations. It was generally a ½ inch or less. And we're staying above freezing now, not only throughout the afternoon hours, but into the evening hours as well. And that is allowing whatever snow did fall to quickly start to melt away this afternoon. In fact, most of the snow has melted off the rooftops here down across the campus of IU. It looks like it's melted off the grass as well, just a little bit in spots, as the temperature is up to 35 degrees in Indy. When I was outside just a little while ago, it was more of a patchy drizzle in and around the metro area. And to the south, Bloomington, you're above freezing, 34 degrees, 37 in Terre Haute. The only place below freezing is where it's still snowing off towards the east, Richmond, sitting at 30 degrees. So highs will eventually get close to 40 degrees in Indy, into the low 40s from Bloomington to Columbus. 38 will be the high temperature up in Peru later on this afternoon. So again, anything wintry that is on the ground in your neighborhood will melt away. Here's what's left of the snow. The last hurrah right now in Richmond. Probably have a little while to go in Connorsville. Snow ending in the Rushville area as we slide to the south. Seymour, North Vernon mixing in with a little bit of rain as these temperatures come up. And it's not out of the question that there's some drizzle and and or a few flurries on the backside of this system, but nothing substantial, nothing that's going to hamper you going forward. If you do have plans this evening, just lots of clouds, still kind of that damp feel, but temperatures stay above freezing. So there's no refreezing going on throughout the evening hours or overnight, because when you wake up tomorrow morning, the temperature should still be right around 35 degrees. Tomorrow's still a pretty cloudy day for us across the area, and there will be the potential mid-morning tomorrow of another quick moving system coming through with a little bit of a light rain snow mixture. No accumulation tomorrow, but once that goes through, that's when we finally see the improvement. By the time we get to the day on Sunday, how about this? A pair of 5s with sunshine. The sunshine finally returns on Sunday, so not only will it be brighter, it'll be warmer as well. Our normal high is 37 now this time of year, so we'll be well above that on Groundhog Day, no less on Sunday. We keep it mild on Monday up to 58. Wouldn't be shocked if some areas get close to 60 degrees on Monday with increasing clouds. Late Monday, the rain arrives. Tuesday, a pretty wet day, but it's all rain with a high of 55 degrees. And then colder temperatures, Lauren, start to work their way back in Wednesday into Thursday.
All right, Todd, thanks. You'll want to listen up to this. If you enjoy a good brew, the State Fairgrounds is where you want to be this weekend. Winterfest is back. It's the 12th year. The Brewers Guild of Indiana has given you a chance to sample from some of the top craft breweries all across the state. Athena Scholl from the Brewers Guild is here to tell us more about this fun event that starts tonight, right?
It does. Tonight we have our Friday VIP Rare and Rarity Session event. We've got 50 breweries tonight that'll be sampling 2 brews that are not featured at our Saturday event. They'll have 2 additional beers that they're sampling as well. Tickets are $85. They still are available online at drinkin.beer. You can also get Saturday tickets for $40 right now. Buy them today, because tomorrow they're going to be $50 at the gate. So you're going to save some money if you buy your tickets today.
Perfect. And you say people who have their tickets can actually get their wristbands ahead of time, because we know it's all about timing and how much beer you can sample, so you don't have to wait in that line tomorrow.
So tomorrow's event, we've got a little over 5,000 people that we're projecting that are going to be coming. So if you go to Sun King Brewing tonight in Broad Ripple or Tomlinson Tap Room between 3 and 6, you can get pre-banded. You do need your tickets and an ID with you.
Okay, and you guys also have a deal going on with Lyft, because part of this, we know what I mean, drinking, you want to get there and back safely.
So we do really encourage everybody to drink responsibly and to make sure they make smart decisions when they are drinking. So Lyft has a code. It's Winterfest 2020. It will save you 15% on 2 rides, 1 to and 1 from Winterfest. And you can use it either today or tomorrow or both.
Okay, perfect. And we know this is raising money for the Brewers Guild, and people might be like, what do they need money for? This is a big industry in our state. Craft breweries just popping up everywhere, part of agritourism. So this is an important cause.
It's huge. We've got about 160 brewers in our guild. We are a completely self-funded, not-for-profit organization, and all of your festival ticket dollars come back to support your local brewery. So you're literally helping your hometown brewery and our member services to support them. We also do donate $3 from every ticket that is sold to Joy's House. So we're also doing some giving back to our local community and supporting charity as well.
Very cool. Thanks so much for being with us here today. We guys hope that you guys have fun this weekend at Winterfest. Stick around. We'll be right back here on the news at noon.
Visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board.
So what is the perfect wedding gift? The answer is a little different for everyone, but for Carly Buddes at her own wedding in Delphi, she knew exactly what she wanted to give her new husband, Ty. Ty is colorblind, but thanks to his new bride, everything changed on their special day.
Got these for you.
Are they glasses?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
The colorblind ones.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You guys can see this every day. I don't know if you guys understand, but I didn't know.
Well, such a special moment there. Big thanks to CJ Films, who captured that special moment on camera. All right, as we head into the weekend, let's check in one more time with Todd.
The snow is coming to an end across the area. The clouds stick around. There could be a flurry or some patchy drizzle this afternoon. It's kind of a damp feeling, but we stay above freezing not only today, but overnight. That is key for any refreezing. Will not happen. A few flakes tomorrow as well, but then sunshine and 50s on Sunday and Monday.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. And thank you for joining us and making RTV6 your choice for news. Come back here tonight and join us for the news at 5 o'clock. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.